I'm going to talk about the salary movement worksheet and how to complete that. The first thing you need to do is be logged into My Learning Plan on the Learning Plan page. In order to complete the steps, the first one is to click the portfolio link on the left here. And then under custom reports, there's a new one that says view licensure salary. And then it's going to ask you to enter a date range. The date range that you need to put in there is the beginning of this year, which is 06/01, and you get to go through the end of this year, which is 05/31. Make sure you use the 06, it's got to be a 2-digit number. And then when you output it, you want to output it to Excel. When you run your report, this is going to vary based on your browser, but it's going to bring up a page that you actually have to click download file. So when you download the file, that's different based on whatever browser you're in. It may put it into a downloads folder, may put it to your desktop. However you do it, you have to download the actual file. Mine is over here on my desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it now, and I'm going to put it into Microsoft Excel. Now there's a lot of columns in here. I tend to just select all the column headings, and then if you double click between two of the columns, it'll just sort of fill it in nice and neat so it's easy to see. And some of the things that you need to have the start date, the end date, the activity title. You do not need to have the approved and status name, so if you select that column, you can edit and you can cut that out or delete that row, or that column, sorry. Now there's an important difference here. You have to have the hours final. You can have the expected hours on there, it doesn't matter if you have that or not, but you have to have hours final, and you have to have the column heading that says hours final. You do not have to have hours expected, however, so what I do is I'm going to take that one out. I'm going to go to edit and delete that column as well. You do not have to have your first name and last name on it because everything should have yours. It doesn't matter if you do or not. And it's already sorted based on just it being in alphabetical order. You do have service to the profession already at the bottom. One thing you do need to do though is you need to select the row that separates service to the profession, and you go up to the top and you go insert rows. You just do that a couple of times so that you get a big break between the content knowledge and the professional education standards, and then all the service to profession are at the bottom. You need a total of your final hours, so what you do is you select all your final hours, and at the top in Excel there's the sum button. Click that and it'll stick the sum right underneath that. Do that for both sections and you're good to go then. Now I'm ready to begin filling out the actual salary movement worksheet. And to get to the worksheet, you either have a printed copy from your PDC rep, or you can go and get it on My Learning Plan. It's on the left hand side where it says My File Library. It's the second link on there, and you click to download. Once you click and download it, you open it up in Excel, and it'll look just like this. Okay. The first thing you're going to need to do is fill out the content knowledge and professional education row. There's the relicensure points earned and the points available for salary movement. You get that from the spreadsheet we just did, and that's the top two sections, the content knowledge and professional education standards. In this case I have 58 and 5/10, so I'll do, or 58 and a half. I can put that on both sides of the line because there's no point limit. Now for the second part, the service to the profession, I have 22. If you have less than 20, you don't need to worry about sorting it into different rows. If you do have more than 20, which I do, I've got 22, I have to go through and I have to categorize them on my salary movement worksheet. So what I'm going to do on mine is I'm going to focus on the district in service and building in service. I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 district in services, and I'll put the total numbers on those. So I get a total of 9 hours of district in service, and I can only have 20 per row on this one, which leaves 13 hours of building in service. So a total of 22 hours in each one. And I can't have any more than 60 for salary movement on total service to the profession. So that gives me a grand total of 22 and 58 and a half. That's 80 and a half hours. Okay, now all I have to do is I have to print this, make sure my name, building, and date is on the top, and print this spreadsheet, staple them together, and turn them into my rep.